All right, welcome back to your Algebra 1 exam review packet. Today we're going to do, or right now we're going to do, number 14, compound inequalities. Compound inequality is basically just two inequalities put together. There's two different types. There's types that are joined with and there are types that are joined with or. There's two different ways that we do types that are joined with an and. They can either be written like this, with an and in between them, or they're like this, where the two inequalities are all just kind of lined up. You'll see there's one inequality sign and the second inequality sign. I'll do a couple of examples of each. All right. So here we have b plus 9 greater than or equal to 10. And I'm just going to subtract 9 from both sides. We treat this just like an equation, pretty much. So b greater than or equal to 1. And we've got 10 plus 8b less than 42. So we're going to subtract 10. We get 8b less than 32. We divide by 8 on both sides. And we get b less than 4. So both these things have to be true. So I go up here, I'm going to mark the 4. And since this is open, this is just a less than, not an or equal to, it's an open circle. I'm going to mark the 1, and because this is a or equal to, the circle gets filled in. Okay? So we want to cover all the lines where both these things are true. So it has to be bigger than 1, and it also has to be less than 4. If I were to pick a number over here, it would be bigger than 1, but it wouldn't be less than 4. Now if I pick a number down here, it would be less than 4, but not bigger than 1. So the only numbers that make this true are the numbers that are both less than 4 and also greater than or equal to 1, or everything in between. And anytime you're graphing an and, 99.9% of the time when you graph an and, it's going to look like this. You've got two endpoints, and you've got all the numbers in between them. There are some oddball situations where you could end up with no solution at all, but most of the time it's going to look like this. Okay? Let's do an or one next. So we've got 9n minus 8 less than 28, or 8n plus 8 greater than or equal to 88. So here we want to get the term that has the n all by itself, so we're going to add 8 on both sides. That gives us 9n less than 28 plus 8 is 36. Then we're going to divide by 9 on both sides. And we've got n less than 4. Okay. Next door, we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. That gives us 8n greater than or equal to 80. And then we're going to divide by 8 on both sides. And that's going to give us n greater than or equal to 10. Remember, this is an or. So either this or that needs to be true. Okay? So let's go here. 4, we'll circle the 4. And since this is a not a or equal to, the circle stays open. And we're dealing with everything that's less than. N is less than that. Now over here, n is greater than or equal to 10, so we circle the 10. And since this is an or equal to, we fill it in, and we cover everything that's bigger than that, because n is greater than 10. So here, I can pick anything that's over here, and it would make this inequality true. I could pick anything over here, and it would make this inequality true. So any number that's down here or up here will make one or the other true, and that's all we need. In the middle, these are numbers here that wouldn't make either of them true. So those are the only numbers that won't work. All right? So it's a little different from the and, where everything needs to be true, and the or, just one of them has to be true. All right, let's look at another example down here. We'll do this other and one. This is one where there isn't the word and, but they've just lined up the inequalities. So here, we've got negative 82 less than 8 plus 9x less than or equal to negative 6. Now, we want to get just the x in the middle, so the first thing we need to do is isolate this term with the 9x by subtracting 8. Which means we need to subtract 8 over here and subtract 8 over here. So we're basically doing two separate inequalities at once. Negative 82 minus 8 is negative 90, and negative 48 minus 8 is negative 50. Oh, why am I having like a total brain fart? Oh, it's 46. That's what. 54. Okay. Still have our two inequalities, and in the middle we have 9x. Now, to get the x by itself, we divide by 9, so we're going to do the same thing over here and over here, again, essentially doing two inequalities at the same time. So, this is negative 10, less than, it's the x, less than or equal to negative 6. So let's see, we're going to mark the 10, negative 10. Since this is not an or equal to, then we just leave it open. This is a negative 6, mark that. This is an or equal to, so it's closed up. And x is everything that's bigger than negative 10, but also, or and, less than negative 6, so everything in the middle. Okay. All right. That's 3 good examples for you. Pretty much covers everything. Make sure that you show your work, check your answers. If you have questions because you're not getting it right, let me know. I'd be more than happy to talk with you about it. Good luck.